Okay. That worked. That worked. Presumably that worked. Okay. Visible now. Excellent. Okay. I have not done this category in about 100 years. I'm pretty sure that this monitor can display PAL just fine. Yes, okay. It looks funny, but it can. Alright, hold on. Do I have the audio correct on my side? I did not. It's no big deal, okay. Oh, son of a shit. Reload that. No, not that. Reopen. Oh, God, everything is going wrong. Fuck. God damn it. Shit. Okay. That didn't work. I'm used to the circle button. Yeah, this feels extremely sluggish. God, the turning feels sluggish, the acceleration feels sluggish. What did that say? Watermelon staff? I may not actually complete this run, by the way. I was just sort of like putting this on just for shits and giggles. But I'm not gonna lie, this resolution on this monitor really does look silly. It's just basically 4x3 but squishier. You know, admittedly, when Rui said that that my vehicle looked a lot zoomier than his, I just sort of assumed that, I don't know, that he was missing part of a setup, that something else was wrong. Then again, that could still be the case. There could be something wrong with his PS2 or something. Hell, I don't know. It's also possible that this only feels sluggish because I haven't done the licenses in about 1,000 years. Sushi tired. Seriously? Okay, now I'm officially losing time. A little of that was me staring at the screen like an idiot instead of selecting school because I haven't actually selected school in age. Sushi tired though. I should rename my my Discord that Sushi Tire. That was a bit early. Is it not cropped? I thought that I cropped this better than that, but I guess not. I'll look at the footage later. I'm not gonna go like completely crazy if the cropping isn't perfect on PAL. It's not like I'm going to do PAL gameplay an awful lot. God, four-wheel drive though. You gotta respect that complete inability to turn at all. I don't respect it. You know, for a four-wheel drive turn, that was actually pretty on point. Yo, 56 seconds. Yo, we're already about to be losing time. I'm doubtful it's only going to be matching that. Hey, what's up still? Some nights I can sleep and sometimes I know can't sleep, and this is one of those nights where before I even tried to lay down, I knew it. I knew it was not going to happen. So right now I'm testing a version of this game that I already know is slower. 1 p. You mean AM? Yes, it is 1 AM. Ish. It's somewhere around there. Yo, what's up, Tap? How you doing? So, recently this game actually got a new runner. And Jesus Christ. He's a Brit. And, he picked this game up on the PAL version. And, yikes. It is so much slower. Like, look at this, dude. Just off of the first 2 licenses, we're almost two whole ass minutes behind. And, what we're pretty sure is the case, we're pretty sure that it's, literally 20% slower. Because, like, the acceleration is slower, the top speed is the same numbers, but it is visually slower. Like, this vehicle should feel kind of unnervingly fast at this point, but instead, it really doesn't. Also, I probably won't finish this, but I do also plan on testing the PAL version of Samurai Western during this stream. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Maybe I'll fuck around with some Subnautica. I haven't done that for a while. Palkuza. I have actually been curious about that. See, honestly, I would really, really, really like Yakuza 1 at least to be a loadless leaderboard. Because, like, even between, like, testing your loads versus my loads versus Nono's loads, they're pretty fucking different. Like, Nono's loads are better than both of ours on Yakuza 1. And, if it became a loadless leaderboard, then that would put, like, the PS2 versions back in contention for being potentially good again. Which would also mean that if the PAL version was actually good, it would be rational for that one to be potentially the best version. Because if it became loadless, it would also become a lot more accessible. Like, literally anyone that has a copy could do it. Instead of it being like a PS3 digital download only kind of world. Didn't Project Deluge also have like a beta version of Yakuza? Right, the SSD thing is another reason why I would like those leaderboards to be loadless, and I don't mind doing that video editing. Hell, I've already done several of them for Yakuza 1. But like, that SSD life is trash. Could we please? I probably just completely scuffed this test. I almost certainly just scuffed this test. But we're already like 2+ minutes behind, so it's not like it matters all that much. Yo, did I still succeed at this? That's absurd. What a bad test. Oh, whoops, I went into the wrong menu. Oh, I was also supposed to get the front spoiler. Meanwhile, God Hand is ridiculously different. Like, jarringly different. Unbelievably different. But yeah, if those leaderboards were made loadless, it would be a lot less shit and a lot more accessible. Granted, it wouldn't help me at all at this point. Like, even though I know Nono's loads are better than mine in general, my only surviving VOD for that PB is utterly trash, and it freezes a bunch. And because of that, there's a lot of loads that can't be removed from it manually. If anything, I lose extra time when loadless is taken into account. It's really not that bad. Yakuza doesn't take that long to do. Like, it would seem like it would take fucking ages, but, like, I think it's probably because I'm already just used to doing it. Like, I've done it for a lot of different games at this point. The first time, for sure. My first time trying to do it for God Hand took fucking ages. And like these days, editing down a full run of God Hand takes, I don't know, like 40 minutes? Unless it's like particularly bad. So, I told you before that I actually take requests to make comparison videos for different games. And, I can tell you for a fact the most miserable loadless project I've ever taken on was Trauma Center Second Opinion and Trauma Center New Blood. Christ. Lord almighty, that shit was just so awful. Every tiny little thing that it does is a micro load. Interesting. So, new jungle short. I never really got into them, but I was curious to do those comparisons. Like, the thing I love about doing those comparisons, like, even though the only people that really watch them or give a shit about them at all are the runners themselves, but that's sort of like the reason why I find it interesting to make them. But I'll explain in a minute still. But like every time that I make one of those, something new about the game is discovered. So when it comes to the Trauma Center games in particular, there's apparently like an OS thing, like some OS update for the Wii that makes the game load extraordinarily fast. And that's outlawed. That's not allowed at all. And there is one runner in the group, Irish Joker, whose runs are on the updated OS that loads fast, but it's grandfathered in because they didn't have any idea that that was a thing back then, and the run is not super competitive, so it's one of those things where there's no reason really to strike it from the records. But during the editing, we were actually able to find out that, like, you know, during the cutscenes where the characters are talking and you're like, I was about to say mashing through text, but I think you can just hold a button down. On the OS, even the character cards come and go faster, and they didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask them about it. I accepted the little bit of information that I was given and was like, okay, just nod and agree. But I did Gungrave PS2 for the Cosmic and Ghost in the Shell Shadow Complex or Standalone Complex also for the Cosmic. It was interesting to see them like review those in real time and see the differences. It's really fun to see people learn from my little side projects. So the reason that this version is slower is because PAL runs at 25 frames per second. NTSC-U, so the US version, and the Japanese version as well, runs at 29.97 frames per second. So this version is literally running 20% slower. A lot of games take that fact into account and adjust like the way that the game plays in order for the speed to match up. This one doesn't. So this literally is playing slower than it's supposed to. There's similar issues with other games, like for instance, Sonic Heroes on GameCube has the PAL version has PAL 60, and PAL 60 actually makes the game run 20% faster than it should, because it's not like actually programmed to adjust to the different frame rate. It's just a different frame rate. Also, funny enough, this version has a feature that the US version doesn't. In the customize menu, if you hit the triangle button, it will auto-scroll back to the exit. In the US version, you just have to scroll back to it yourself. Whereas in the Japanese version, you just hit the X button and you immediately exit that menu. Pie sound? I don't know what that means. What do you want, phone? Absolutely nothing. If you're talking about the engine noise, then I wholeheartedly agree. The engines in this series do not make particularly good sounds. Yeah, I agree. The engines in this series don't make good sounds. There's another game I was considering maybe speedrunning called Seek and Destroy, which is, it's made by the same people. It's in the same series, except instead, like, the whole thing about this series is customizable cars, where you race, you win money, you get different engines, different car parts, and, like, you basically make an interesting fantasy car that has, like, floats and skis and wings on it and shit like that. Well, Seek and Destroy is the tank equivalent of that, where you do battles, you make money, and you buy customizable parts to, like, upgrade guns and treads and, you know, whatever else. Well, the engines in that game are even nastier sounding than these, and there's never a point in time where that sound isn't present. Like, even if you stop and aren't moving, the engine is always going. Okay. 5 speed, a manual transmission, and the easy tune. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna finish this run. Oh, hey, I have to put that on first. Later, boyo. It was a kind of okay dive. Let's see, if I'm losing about a half a minute per race at this point, then that would be, what, 11 more races? So it'd be like, you know, 6 minutes or so. No. Absolutely not. No, the splits I'm running against is world record for the category. Like, Rui would only have the world record if, like, Howl was separated into its own thing, but that would be kind of dumb. Though I suppose there's no reason I shouldn't do it. I just don't see any particularly good reason to do it. Ooh, that was a really good dive. I mean, not to be rude to Rui, he's still new to the game. So, he's not very good at it yet. He'll get there though. I can see the determination on that kid. So he's gonna end up rocking the house in this game. I don't know if he'll ever beat my time or not. Who knows? Who's to say? But he definitely has potential. That was a really good dive. So the reason I refer to those as dives, like, I'm going through water, but there are parts that you can purchase for your vehicle that make your vehicle float on the top of water. And there's a part that you can purchase for your vehicle that gives it a boat propeller, more or less, on the back. And while those would make your water movement a lot more consistent, they're actually slower than just getting a really solid dive. And the reason is because with the floats, the second that you touch the surface of the water, your speed goes away. With the with the propeller, there is a speed cap underwater. It can only go as fast as the top speed for the propeller. The reason that dives are overall better is because if you get a really good solid dive, then you can carry a decent portion of your above water speed underwater until you lose that. So you can still get there. But it really depends on the quality of your dives. Plus, realistically, if you were going to try to buy those parts, that would be more money. Yeah, man, go for it. Honestly, that run is totally beatable. So about losing 30 seconds per race. Not so much. Yeah, man, go for it. I probably split early on the last one. I don't really care. We're not going to keep this run anyway. Like, I'm not going to save these splits after the fact. I gotta say, like, God Hand Easy New Game Plus is a weird category in terms of its speedrun history because, like, I never actually routed Easy New Game Plus. I just sort of did it repeatedly until the methods that I use today became a thing over time. But there was a point in time where I had decided that I wanted to get a sub 1 hour, right? I had like a one hour and like, I don't know, 1 second. So I was like, okay, all I have to do is cut 2 seconds and I'll be happy. Because then it will no longer be an hour-long run. I was literally trying to get that sub 1 hour. I was just trying to cut 2 seconds for like fucking years. And then, all of a sudden, I ended up getting a high 58 out of nowhere in an offline run that I was absolutely certain no one would believe was real. You tried today and failed while spamming? Yep, it can happen. See, like, the best way to do it is that, like, when you hit continue, right, and you're going into that stage, you wait for the golden levels. The 5804 is a newer run than that one. So, like, when you're about to try to do that sidestep to get out of bounds on that stage, right, what you do is you hit continue from the map screen. You wait for the golden letters that say God Hand to pop up. And then when they do, you hold the right stick to the left. You don't mash it, you don't flick it repeatedly, you just hold it. And the moment that the very first frame that it gives you control, Gene will sidestep. Now you could mash out the second one, or you could do what I do. I typically cancel the sidestep with a jab and cancel the jab with a sidestep. That's I would say it's technically riskier, but I'm all about saving every frame. But yeah, the first sub 1 hour was fucking years ago. And the 5804 that you're talking about is relatively recent, and it was also not an offline run. I was really, really, really happy that it was not an offline run. But yeah, like, realistically, that run is still very beatable. I would say, of all of my PBs right now, the one that's the least beatable is Hard New Game Kick Me Sign. That run would take some fucking work. And I mean, like, Easy New Game Plus would take some work as well, but I would venture to say not nearly as much as Hard New Game Kick Me Sign. Yeah, that takes some timing to get correct for sure. Yo, over a minute on this fucking race, bruh. Rui's gonna be upset that they weren't here for the PAL test, the PAL journey, the PAL adventure. Yeah, friends! So where's my pal? My pal Rui. Wait, did that song in the background say car? I mean, like, yeah, car. Your face is worse. I mean, like, real talk, like, most three-letter words have some kind of connotation, and yeah, that sign literally just says car. Most three-letter words have some other language that they're in where they mean bad stuff, like, you know, how people refer to their significant others as bae or whatever the hell, which I hate. I hate it a bunch, but, in Polish, I think it was. It means shit. Or Danish, something like that. The pronunciation can lead to dick. Goody. My favorite. A pal's dick. Sounds delicious. No, I don't actually swing that way. Oh wow, I never split Choro Desert, I guess. Oh well. What are you gonna do? That rainbow back there? I don't know what you're talking about. Plus, how dare you be so racist against rainbows? Hi. Rainbows can mean all kinds of things. And not just that I desire the penis. You know, I did totally recrop this game capture and it didn't take for some reason. That's upsetting. I actually have a minute, so I'll try to mess with that real quick. And then it flashes, and there we go. Proper cropping. Oh. No. No. Incorrect twice. It takes my monitor a second to figure out this PAL signal, so I hope everything is fine. Monitor? Hello? Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Please figure yourself out. I don't have a lot of time. There it goes. Okay, everything's fine. You know, if you keep on getting around my blocked term of the word meme, I'm gonna have to start blocking the versions that you're using, right? Because, I mean, like, it is a blocked term for a reason, and the reason is not, hey, I want to see you find other ways to say the same word. As much as I like the visuals of this stage, I do wonder why exactly the people that made this map felt the need to make the snow all kinds of pretty colors. Like, why is it like glowing blue and pink and shit? It's pretty, but I don't see how it makes any sense. Hey Tap, if you're still around, how's Gladius going? Is there even the slightest whiff of the ending starting to show up? Because last time it seemed like you were in the middle of a sea with land nigh in sight. To be fair, the last time that I saw you touch it, you had only just picked up that archer chica. God, it's cold out here right now. I guess he's not still around. Shit happens. Right now I'm actively trying to decide whether or not I want to actually finish this. There's a very real possibility of that because, like, you pointed out that it was like 1 in the morning where I am. It's not quite 1 in the morning yet, it's midnight 43. I'm pretty sure he's 3 hours ahead of me, so it would be like almost 4 in the morning where he is. So honestly, he should be fucking going to bed. Almost 5, then what the hell are you doing here? God, we're about to lose another whole last minute. I love how my best possible time and my current pace are actually not that far from each other. Fair enough, I guess. Well, that sucked. Oh well. Second try. That was a lot better. It didn't really make up for the big fuck up of the first one, but it was a lot better. I'll be able to read that eventually, I'm sure of it. WBTU. I don't know what that means. I assume, what about you? Oh, I just knew I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. Honestly, I'm a bit of a night owl anyway. Nah, that's pretty normal for me. But yeah, she knows me really well at this point. She's well aware that I sometimes just can't sleep. It's cold in here, though. If there wasn't stuff, like, literally on the heater, I'd probably turn it on for once. When more people could see. I don't know if you've noticed, but, I don't have a lot of viewers, no matter, like, regardless of when I stream. Well, the only time I sometimes have, like, reasonable amounts of attention on my streams is when I'm streaming Gadget. And even that's no guarantee. Short skis and cool custom. Tuna. I hope I did that correctly. So everyone's gonna pull away from me really quick because they all have better engines than I do at this point, but I have a much, much higher top speed, so once I get past them, it's fucking over. Later, guys. And this entire GPU is basically going to go that way. I gotta say, because of the limited frame rate influence on this game, like, even like turning, like even with super quick steering on, it feels so stiff. bitch. It really is kind of funny how far into the game I get before I even have the slightest inkling to pit. Because there's just no reason to pit right now. I'm not losing enough time from not having good tires. Like, the calculation here is that basically, like, yes, I have less control of myself in this section here, that's true. But, I don't know if you noticed, but when I had damn near perfect tires, this section really doesn't tend to go that well. Honestly, that's probably the best it's gone for this entire race. It's about another minute. Well, RTA. I'm sure it would be pretty rough, loadless as well. The next game I'll be trying on Samurai Western, that involves some pretty precise cancels, so if that game is not running at the correct speed, it will be really, 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 really rough on those cancels. So that would be noticeable, like, right away. Whether or not the defense stat is a thing or not would be noticeable right away. No, I may as well finish this. Why not? I mean, unless it goes completely to pot for some reason. Oops. Bruh. I would be impressed at my level of control, but since the game is running slower, I actually have, like, more ability to react to what's happening. It's gonna be interesting to see Fuji? Wow, that sign that I just went by totally ruined me. It'll be interesting to see Rui try to adjust to the higher frame rate, because it will be harder. Yeah, I just have more time to do things when I see things. I have more time to be precise. Like, in some cases you might think like 20%, that's really not that much in this case. It's only 5 frames per second. Well, it's not even a whole 5 frames per second faster. It's 4.97 frames per second faster, but man, it does make a big difference. I mean, in case the clock in the sidebar doesn't make it very, very clear that it makes a huge difference. But it also makes the game easier. Yeah, I'm not gonna pit. No reason to. In 10 minutes at the, well, 12 minutes. I don't know if that's 20% of how long I've been running at this point. Okay, my chassis is a little scuffed at this point. I think it'll be longer than that. But then again, it also kind of depends on the RNG of how well the AI racers perform. It's like, here we are, we're just sitting, watching the timer. Here comes 4th place. Boom. No? Okay, well, never mind. There's 4th place right there. Yeah, I love me some sweet tea, bruh. I would say that there probably won't be a huge disparity on this one, but we'll see. A lot of people just see the fact that it's a beer mug and just assume that I'm drinking beer. But, like, I don't drink beer. It's like, that's a more reasonable assumption for someone who hasn't been here very much, but, like, you know, when I've had somebody that's been around for a good long while and I literally never talk about drinking beer, it's interesting for that to be everyone's first thought, you know what I mean? Well, not everyone, obviously. Your first guess was tea. I see. I might rename my Discord Sushi Tire. Okay, I'm gonna be silly and try to take a potty break while I'm waiting for these vehicles to arrive. I will try to hurry. It will cause me a problem, but we'll do what we gotta do. Everything was fine. Who would have thought? Me. I would have thought. Okay, that was pretty rough. Get out of my way, you noisy bastards. This is probably the first course I'm going to end up doing a pit in. That was a pretty decent dive. Could have been better, but it was still pretty good. Okay, that was really, really trash. I don't know about this. Sir? We'll go ahead. So the big reason that I have issue with the water on this map, even though I did say that dives were more efficient if they're done well, is because, like, the biggest way to overcome water aside from having, like, the floats and the propellers and whatnot is to have really good acceleration. Well, I don't have that. Sir, get out of the fucking way. See, in this route, I don't have the money to get another engine for this particular series of races. Well, that was horrifying. Horrible bounces, ruined everything. It didn't really ruin anything, because this is still going to be a first place finish. I just thought it was really annoying. Okay, that should be second and third. I'm not really sure which one of those dots is the trash truck. I'm gonna guess that this one coming up on the finish line right now is not the trash truck, so that should be fourth. I think the trash truck is in the middle on the right. That seems to be moving slow enough. So this should be fifth. Actually, no, that's the trash truck right there, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, that 2:15:37 is way too low for the pace that we're keeping right now. God, this shortcut is so big. Such a chonky shortcut. That was an interesting edge clip. Bree told me that last time he came through here, he missed the shortcut every single time. That's rough. That's rough and painful. Oh shit, I should probably shift up. What a jackass. Whoops. Yo, even without remembering to shift up at the end, I still came in with a pretty decent lap time. That's kind of funny. Worth it. Embarrassing, but worth it. Oh, and hey, we're gonna remember to hit the 6th gear this time. Alright, sleep well. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're hitting that worst possible time, so I'm at least looking at a 219, 220 at this point. That's unarguable. Because we've been adding to the worst possible time on literally every split, because of how slow this version is. Oh, I didn't split. What a jackass. What's up, Grimmy? What's up, Faraz? No. Bunga would approve of Gadget Racers, you right. Oh, I have to switch engines. How goes the game? It's an interesting test. The PAL version is really, really, really terrible. So because the PAL version runs in a lower frame rate, it literally runs slower. Not all games are like this, but this one is. God, and it's so much easier because of it, too. You really should not be able to get ahead of them quite that quickly. Well, this version of the game is called Penny Racers, actually. For whatever reason, Gadget Racers in... So, like, the people that are like actual fans of the series typically go by the Japanese names because they're consistent and easy to understand. So this would be Choro QHG. The US version is called Gadget Racers. But the Europe version is called Penny Racers. The reason that you would have to stick with the Japanese names in order to not get confused is because in America, Penny Racers is a Nintendo 64 game made by the same people, but it's a completely different game. And in Europe, Gadget Racers is also a completely different game that would here be called Road Trip. Road Trip is Choro QHG3. I could go on, but just trust and believe that there is a labyrinth of naming that I feel like this company did on purpose. Oh, and don't even get me started on the fact that there are Game Boy Advance games, multiple of them, that are named Gadget Racers. I feel like these people did that shit on purpose. Yo, what's up, Rui? Yo, this version of the game is so much easier. I mean, it's slower, like a lot slower, but it's definitely easier overall. Alright, sleep alert. Nice, nice. Alright, cool, Crimmy. Thanks for lurking and hanging out. Easier for the harder tracks. I haven't experienced that yet. Everything just feels a lot more forgiving, but that's probably because, like, given that the game is in a slower run time, I just have more time to adjust. I have more time to react. And, like, you'd think that in a difference of 4.97 frames per second that really wouldn't amount to all that much time for a human to adjust, but, like, I don't know. I was able to get ahead of the other racers in this race way sooner than I'm used to. Like, I got ahead of them on the first turn, and I'm used to getting ahead of them on the third turn. Oh, fun fact, the pre-rendered cinematics at the beginning of the game actually, they don't get along with my capture card at all. And I think it might be because those cinematics are actually not in proper PAL. The cinematics are almost certainly in 29.97 frames per second. And the way that my capture card works is I actually have to tell my capture card exactly what the frame rate is. And when that's wrong, it can't display anything. What? Okay. I'm not accustomed to that happening. Cool, thanks, guy. SDD? What does that mean? Wait, if you think I'm using a solid-state drive, that's definitely not the case. Like, that would in fact probably break the game and make it, like, completely crash. I use a hard drive, but I don't use a solid-state drive. On the PlayStation 2, most games, if they load too quick, they'll just crash. Yeah, I have an IDE in here. Made by Hitachi, I think? Okay, I'm going to have to pit. Because I got incredibly unlucky and got walloped a few times by these other fucking cars, and I do not see any chance in hell of winning. But that's normal here. It always feels like the better I do in the rest of the game, the more, like, vicious these particular racers are on this track. What the hell? Did I just bounce off of something? There we go. Oh, shit. Get off my ass, sir. Yeah, third place is actually still pretty fucking good. Like, the PlayStation 2 in this era of gaming in general is really weird about, like, for instance, fade-ins. So, like, let's say you've got a loading screen that goes from black to, like, fades in, right? If it finishes loading before the fade-in is complete, then it literally cannot fade out. And a lot of games have that particular error. Okay, so this first lap, we don't do the shortcut because there is a really high chance of pushing one of them in with you. And when that happens, they very violently push against you. Whoops. It's not. I tried that. It definitely doesn't work. I mean, if you want to give it a shot, go for it, but, like, in my testing, it absolutely does not work out. And it's not because, like... So, like, under optimal conditions, it would be faster. Like, that would absolutely be the case under optimal conditions. Unfortunately, it's right after a couple of ramps. And there's really no way to get optimal conditions on it. It's like I'd have to hit that ramp and nail it just so and not bounce, and then and if I bounce, I go off the platform entirely. But, like, in order to not bounce, I have to slow down, and because of how much you have to slow down, you also have to take into account that it's a little bit of added distance. And with that being the case, there's really no gain from hitting it. And if there's no gain from hitting it, and it's harder to do, like, If those ramps weren't there, then almost certainly, yeah. Because even with the best wings, you're just faster on the ground than you are in the air. I almost edge-clipped the back of that ramp. Blah. I mean, taking the tunnel actually makes it easier to hit the route that you're talking about. Because you can exit the tunnel and just, you know, slightly go to the left without taking the shortcut what you end up having to do is you end up having to go slightly to the left off of that first ramp out of a left turn. I didn't see the point this time. I'm not really having any trouble keeping myself in control. The only turn that might benefit really is this one. Had somebody guess that this run was going to end at 2:15. What did he say? Hold on, it was up there somewhere. Doesn't matter, 2:15:37 something, I think. And I'm gonna guess there's no way in hell. Hell, my current pace is almost right at that, and I'm losing time on every set. Like, I mean, as you would assume, I'm losing time on every split. Okay, to protect my chassis, let's slow down a bit and we'll try to get ahead of these guys in the tunnel. Good enough. Well, that was weird. My physics were kind of fucky-wucky there for a second. See, at this point, the only reason for me to pit would be if my chassis gets banged up, which it will because of the rain slick area, but until then, I'm fine. Preferably, that would be a lap 3 pit. Oh shit, what was all that bouncy mess, dude? It was extremely undesirable. Okay, that was a really good ruin, so I would like to do one more lap and then pit. Presumably that should be fine. Yeah, this race really can be a gatekeeper. They creep up on your ass and screw you. Yeah, like, so the trouble is that the best places to actually pass the other racers in this course is areas where it's really difficult to get control. It's very difficult, like, in the cave is one of the best places to pass them. And then in the ruins is one of the best places to pass them. But neither one of those places do you really have precise control. It's like in the cave, it's off-road, so your tires just don't get a lot of purchase on where you're going. And in the ruins, well, it's this crazy-ass hairpin curve. And really the battle is getting ahead, but also not getting your chassis completely destroyed. If you manage to get ahead and keep your chassis in check, everything should be fine. By the way, this is completely in the bag. Like, in a racing game like this, I have found in the past that it is actually really difficult to get yourself, like, out of the mentality of just always trying to go fast and always trying to pass the other racers. There are definitely some places where it's like, nah, dude, hold on. Calm down. Hang back. Because there's definitely some places like, man, no, yeah, if you get ahead of the other racers at all, if you try to get in the middle of that pack before the wing section, you're going to get absolutely fucked. They are going to tear your chassis in half. But if you can go across that wing section and stay even slightly ahead when you go into the minecart section, bro, you've got it made. Because the AI, A, doesn't get any benefits from the fact that that area is all downhill, and B, they're just bad drivers in that area for some reason. By the way, I have another PAL game to try just after this. I'm giving you fucking Brits a chance, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had never tested Samurai Western on PAL before, and so the reason I went ahead and dumped the games and started trying them out today is because despite the fact that the person who asked me kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, someone did legitimately ask me how Samurai Western fares on the PAL version, and I just don't have an answer. I mean, you never know. Somebody else might pick up the game and not realize that the PAL version is not good. But I mean, like, I don't know why, but the PAL version of it is almost always not the good one. Like, it doesn't matter what game you're playing, it's almost always a bad idea to do the PAL version for speedrunning. Well, I mean, the rest of the world didn't force you guys to have 25 hertz video signals, you know what I mean? as micro skidding. I do wonder about that sometimes. Like, what if Europe had also had NTSC signals like the rest of the world did? How much easier that would have been for game development overall. Like, how much more standardized would things have been? By the way, that was a really, 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 really stupid error that I just made. Right, because like computer gaming never had that limited video signal shit. So like when things go well, this is the only race that I pick twice, and it's because you actually do need your tires in relatively decent condition. Because otherwise these spirals get really shit. But, like, this is, ironically, probably one of my favorite pits in the game. Because there's, like, this hidden little corner that just slaps you in. Yeah. It's just this little bit of, like, invisible wall that just slaps you in. I mean, the worst pit in the game is definitely New Jungle Long. And it's mostly because it's in that, like, a bouncy-ass area. I would say that probably the next worst would be Steamway, but it's only because there's, like, a fucking lamppost right in the way of it. You're, like, you, like, barely graze against that lamppost, and it fucking, like, pinballs you away from it. The oval is the worst one? I mean, that one's the easiest to do, but also the easiest to avoid. I think it's funny when someone picks this game up for speed gaming and, like, the first time that they accidentally hit the pit on HG Circuit. The first time that you accidentally do that is always the funniest. It's not going to make you lose the race, like, it's not going to kill your run, but man, it's legitimately funny. Shit. You know what? Just because I'm in the mood to test shit, let's not pit. Biscuit powers. Okay, yeah. Lost a little bit of time right there. Honestly, they didn't go that bad. I am having trouble getting speed here, though. So a pit typically chews up like 7 to 8 seconds, depending on what angle it dumps you out when you do it. So let's see what the difference is. Okay, from the 124, yeah, it was worth it to have pit. Because that first split difference is 3.5 seconds, and then the next one is like another 5 seconds, so that's like 8.5 seconds versus, you know, having more consistency. And the pit here is actually fairly forgiving. It dumps you out at a really nice angle. By the way, I just about forgot, like, the menuing in certain places because I haven't done this category in about 1,000 fucking years. Christ, that was super smooth. Yeah, bumping from behind depends entirely on how good your exit is on that wing section. Like when you go across that gap and you keep a decent amount of speed. See, right there, that wouldn't have worked. If I was trying to separate myself from the pack right there, I would have gotten hit a bunch. I'm gonna do one more lap and then pit. Like, I mean, unless somehow my chassis gets completely destroyed in here. Which is doubtful. Well, I will say for a fact the turning feels a lot more stiff on this version, but that's because it's reacting less per frame. Yeah, no pit. Like, I find it easier to control my vehicle literally everywhere on this version. Except for right there, apparently. And it's simple to figure out why. It's because I have more time to try to be precise. Yo, the trash truck goes the correct direction here? What is this? What is this total malarkey? Yeah. The worst is when you're stuck at like a 45-degree angle grinding into a wall with the tires seemingly skidding out forever. You start thinking like, man, I could have did my taxes in the amount of time it took for these fucking skids to stop. Yeah, see, in a real run on NTSC, I don't feel this relaxed in the Funnel GP, but I haven't felt pressured this whole time. But it's also arguable that that's just because, like, I'm just used to it, and I know that this isn't a real run. I will say that there's less lag in this version. The US version has lag when you go down into this area if you're smoking, and the Japanese version has a little bit of lag at the intro scene for some of the races for some reason. Well, bad shit can still happen if you fuck up this glide. I've seen Vlad straight up lose a run because he went for that glide and hit a wall and he got all kinds of turned around and he just got hopelessly stuck down there for like 30 seconds. In fact, I think his PB has a pretty similar incident in it. Like, I have a method for hitting that. It's not something that I, like, aim for every time. It's something where I'm just, like, I know where to come in and, like, where to turn and how to hit. Like, I have an approach that pretty much puts me in the place that I need to be no matter what. If I was legitimately trying to aim the glide each time, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be nearly as consistent. Yes, sir. This is definitely not going to be sub 220. I'll actually put this run and yours side by side, your most recent one, in to see how it pans out. $220-165. But like, yeah, at the very beginning, I straight up spaced on, like, where is the selection for the licenses, because when I do, like, my practice routing sessions, I don't actually, like, I have a save that's literally just after the licenses, because I don't like fucking around with the licenses. Let's see that Phantom Rod. Big Block was also unlocked at that moment. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. That was a bit odd. You know what? Since I got this huge windfall, you know what I should do? Polishing isn't necessary. Son of a shit. Here. Where are these? Where's the race colors? Racing. Hell yeah. Give me that shit. I love how the texture is backwards on the right side. What is that? Pump? I can't tell. Pump something. Whatever. Anyways, so that was a 220.01. Yeah, I'll download this and I'll do the video editing thing. And thankfully, this stream is in 25 frames, so it is exactly what it should be. Alright, so let's try on Samurai Western. I'm not actually going to do a run of that. So let's... just do that. You know what, in fact, because like you get those people that come in and are like, PS2 or PC or emulator, question mark? You're like, bruh, no. No, stop it. Don't talk. This is my photography, by the way. I take pictures. Yeah, you'd be surprised, especially on God Hand. Like the question regarding whether or not what I'm playing is an actual console comes up constantly. So right now, because this is a US PS2, it's like this is in proper 640 by 480. And it's capturing at 29.97 frames per second. So as soon as I select the game, I'm actually going to have to close this window and then bring up the basically I've got multiple different copies of the capture software at different settings. Oh, that was something. Ha! I like this. But we're gonna do it on the... Wait, what? Hold on. So wait, is this gonna be in like a proper 50? Because that would be totally wild. Because let's see, it did not like this change. Well, no, because like okay, so Gadget Racers actually runs at 25 frames per second, not 50. This one might actually be 50, except it's not accepting it. Wait, it might be because of the cutscene. It was because of the cutscene. So no, yeah, this is also the same kind of thing. I do not wish to create save data. Start the game anyway, yes. In fact, let's do the same thing that I do with this during runs. Now we're seeing the cutscene just fine now. Video games are weird. So we're gonna do the same thing that I normally do in turning vibrations... Filter? Let's turn you on, I'm curious. I don't know what that is. Oh, hey. That's not a thing on the US version or the Japanese version. That's sick. What? This might actually be a little faster. If it is faster, then this is kind of sick, because that means that this run could be popped right open, yeah. By the way, fuck this stage and all of its goddamn tutorial shit. Okay, so that drop slash is not working quite as well. Wow, it is a lot laggier. Fuck off. What the hell?
Stand still. Who are you?
So why is this guy not here yet? There he is. Oh, hey, I never actually brought this up. Where is Samurai Western in this list? Do I even have it? I might have to open it directly from the file. I did not get the level up that I hoped to. So normally you would want to be level 3 by now. Yet the defense stat is here. So it does feel like it's based on the same thing as the US version. Why does it have a filter option that the other ones don't? That's so weird.
Who are you? You son Here we go. Take that. Here we go. Here we go. Stand still.
By the way, the silver coins that are dropping are like basically you collect 10 of those and you level up your sword. So yeah, this is very much based on. Ooh, you know what? The PAL version might actually be the way to go. Getting better than a sub 40 in this fucking game, though. No, I am definitely a whole ass level behind. There's a couple of like neat things about this game, like Master Mode is basically like God Hand, like you just now saw me like running through the area, just like tearing up shit. Well, that was weird. This is very, very, very clumsy right now.
Who are you? Stand still.
Give me that. Hey, welcome back, Kaze. Things are going pretty decent. Except apparently I'm bad at this video game right now. I should have been airborne. Are you shitting me? Legit thought it was Saturday. Later, John. So that was a boss fight. I know what you're thinking. Of course it was. Boss fights always look like that. The game's name does explain it all. You're right.
Take that! Take that! Stand still! Take that! Stand still!
So this is what most of the gameplay is gonna look like now. What?
Here we go. Take that!
Heavily censored. I have no idea how many guys just got murdered. Depends on how you feel about carpal tunnel. So, the quick slashes that I'm doing right there are actually all cancels. The full combo with this sword is actually kind of trash. So I have to do what are called deflect cancels, which means that I rhythmatically hit R1 in square. God, dude, I'm still behind on my levels. Bitch. Sort of.
Stand still! Don't move!
I gotta say, I feel like their gunshots are slower. And that is not necessarily a good thing. Are you shitting me? Later, John. Again, that was a boss fight. I promise. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So this stage is very different from the other ones in that, like, the goal is hyper specific. For whatever reason, it's just that group of 4 at the gate. But you have to, like, go into that lower part of the court that I started next to, or they don't spawn. It's very strange. Now I gotta try to remember what is a wanted man. Donald, I hate this stage. Fuck this fucking stage. This boss fight sucks shit like I can't even describe. Here we go. Sort of, here we go. I'm stuck. Yeah, their attack really is a lot slower. Like, they do the don't move, the smoke, and then they just kind of stand there like assholes. See, yeah, that would have been an intentional deflect. Yo, nice aim, homie. God, that really is whack. You know, if this was in the middle of a run, this segment was fucking awful. Boss fight was decent, though. Reunion... I think this is our first Shibuki stage. So I'm pretty sure that this ends with the Faceless. Fox Mask indeed. Bro. Are you shitting me? Yes, it matters. I know there's just the one goon, but like the way that this game works is in waves, so if you leave one guy from a wave unkilled, then the wave isn't complete. Why did that only hit you once? That only hit him once. That's extremely concerning. How many stages are there? 18. It's not a very long game. Breakthrough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is also Shibuki. Yeah, it's a more or less recent development for this to be a Shibuki stage. So this is another stage where your goal is hyper-specific. I don't know why this game has a first-person mode. It's not actually useful, and I'm not really sure why I'm using it. Really? Whatever, that was terrible. Woohoo, 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 I'm over here. Fucking lame. I think that this is also a Shibuki stage? Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, that worked. So in this case, we've got children, orphans, tied to bombs. And everyone knows that the correct answer for dealing with bombs is sword, right? Everyone knows that. If you have a problem with bomb, just apply sword and everything will be fine. But what's more is that these are orphans. And they say stuff like, "Mommy, I'm scared. Daddy, I need help." And it's like, I hate to break it to you, kid, but you're an orphan. There is neither a mommy or daddy. Daddy, help. That's not a thing, kid. As a person that has a child, I'm going to say that that is a fair assessment. But yeah, the super move on the dual swords is not as strong as I'm accustomed to it being. This would be a lot of time lost just based on that fact, and I'm going to say that the group of dudes around that area were a lot more aggro. Now, I'm kind of worried about this stage because under normal circumstances, this stage is ridiculously laggy. And this version is laggier.
Stand still.
Good lord. Okay. Okay, he died from the deflections. But yeah, this is very, very, very difficult to play like this. Yoda Cosmic might be legitimately upset if it turns out that this is the optimal version to play this on. Because I sold him the US version for $50. Which, by the way, was a bargain. Because he was otherwise looking at spending like 100 plus on it. I will say that like MP reduction and regeneration seems to be a lot more forgiving on this version as well. At least under 50 Hz it is. It seems that like my juice, it feels like it lasts fucking forever. Duel in the Wilderness. I think that this is a Makawari stage. Yeah. It used to be a Dionaya stage, but the boss fight just goes way, way, way faster if you do it the right way. I do wish that these guys would attack a bit quicker. That would be very nice. Thanks, targeting. I don't normally have any targeting complaints in this game, but it is an action game after all. It's bound to happen eventually. By the way, when I'm playing this, I pretty much never have an opportunity to look at chat properly. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but the camera kind of does whatever the hell it wants to do. Oh, the European version? Yeah, I've been told that it's not that expensive on eBay. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I didn't do this on purpose, right? I chose games that I really liked and started speedrunning them. And then later on, somehow, every game that I decided that I liked got really fucking expensive. He's one of Goldberg's minions. Like, there's this whole story about how, like, the whole reason that Gojiro is here is because his brother betrayed his family and left for America because he felt that the samurai were leading Japan into ruin with the age of the guns, like, you know, being something that they really couldn't ignore. And that, quote, a sword could never beat a gun. And so, I mean, yeah, that's true. But this is a video game, so our whole existence is saying, fuck you, reality, I will beat a sword with a gun. Anyway, so right now we're after our brother. And he's currently working for Goldberg. And the reason he's working for Goldberg is, by way of his own story, he was defeated by Goldberg and had to, you know, pay the honor price, I guess. I don't really know how you would describe that. It's so horseshit that they can block Master Mode swings with that tiny little knife. But yeah, he's officially dead at this point, so no longer relevant. Hayake Yako is going to be the 4th sword that actually gets used in the run. Master Mode is essentially instant kills on everybody, yeah. Wait, this is 14, right? I think that this is where you get a bit of defense, but I'm actually kind of behind on my level ups, so let's do this instead. Good enough, I guess. Yeah, no room for argument. This version is a lot kinder to you when it comes to the master mode. That meter gets filled up stupidly fast. I'm stuck on some shit. Oh, come on. I'm stuck. Yep. Tripping is a thing. And then all the melee players' heads explode.
Here I go. Come on. Come on.
Where'd she go? And now she's dead. God, they're so passive. Like, I mean, that makes things easier, but it also makes things worse because in a run, you really do want to use the fact that they're attacking you to move towards them more quickly. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. By the way, the camera in this game, in case it wasn't extremely obvious, is kind of trash. Those are the guys that I want to start killing, but here we go. Well, yeah, it does a lot of soft targeting, and there's also some hard targeting if I wanted to use it, but who the fuck would do that? If there was nothing assisting my targeting, how would I be constantly hitting dudes while the camera's doing all of this crazy shit? Come on. Yeah, that's very much the hardest boss in the game. Like, without any room for questioning, that is the hardest boss in the game. But Goldberg is the most annoying, and he's next. I know it didn't seem like there was much to it, but and even in this version, for some reason when you beat stage 15, the menu drops you to stage 13. It's so weird. And yeah, that is very anticlimactic. I know. That's what happens when you know how to do this the way that I know how to do this. So right here, you would really, really, really want that guy right there, the machine gun, to go ham. It sucks when the enemies are blocking each other's shots. So this fight is fucking awful. Come on. Whatever. Worked well enough. This is a 44-10 once I started the timer. Honestly, considering everything, that's pretty decent.
Wait! Come on and fight! I'm Samurai too! Samurai sure is
So-
cool. Now, you boys.
So yeah, I mean, this version might actually be like a lot more optimal.
Orisha!
Anne, how have you been? The town seems to be back to its old self.
Ralph! Yes, everyone's working hard to make this town even better than before.
My bar will be opening soon. I expect you to be a regular customer.
Why, sure. Hey, isn't that...
But I mean, Rui, if you're interested, all you gotta do is get it set up on your USB loader, mate.
I'm going to Japan.
That's great, Donald.
Congratulations!
Thanks. I'm going to Japan and training to be a samurai. I'm gonna be the strongest, most.
Here's the thing, though, like when loading from a USB, some games are like compatible on the hard drive, but not compatible via the USB. So every game is going to need its own testing. But this one runs pretty easily, so I
I
imagine
think we all believe.
it'll be just fine. So if you were curious to at least like play it, dabble,
Thanks to you.
you definitely should. This is a very fun game.
Nobody calls this a ghost town anymore. This is our town. Hope Town. I believe that you're still alive.
Yo, the audio and the dialogue is way out of sync.
One lone
You know what that suggests to me is that it is actually faster, because it seemed like the subtitles were progressing quicker than the dialogue, right? So that makes me think that the dialogue, is playing at its normal speed because it's an audio file, but then the frame rate's like, for some reason it's faster than it should be. That's super strange. I mean, I guess that would explain some of the lag as well, if it was trying to operate more quickly than it should. Alright. I will be right back. I wasn't like, dude, hey, let's calm down and just go back to being silly. It's fine. Everything's fine. Who wants a high side kick cancel true Elvis? Because why not? Okay, that's quite enough. But I will see him die twice, right? Yeah, that's good. You keep doing that, bro. Oh god, it's so good. Oh god, here we go. Oh god, here we go. How about this? You can have that throw back. Sit down. Oh my god. How are those fucking dive tackles working out for you, bro?
Lucky boss.
Dude, what are you doing? You gonna be stubborn about this, bro? He's clipping into it. Wow. He's going right back into it. Way to get fucking spired. Oh, that's fucking perfect.
Up ahead. Let's take that car.
There are guards all around.
When he said make some magic, this isn't quite what I expected. Hold on. He's still here. He's... He's halfway out. Yeah, come on, dude. You can get out.
It's starting to piss me off here.
You mean your military leaders?
Jen, these are a lot of guys.
Oh,
Yeah, she was typing it, and she's looking me dead in the face while she does it.
Or do you always look like that? Oh god, what? Ah, fuck. Whew. Anyway, what the hell? This game has a different, like, cropping issue as well. PAL games suck. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch games, but first I have to change resolutions. Alright? Well, not resolutions, but frame rates. Because the rest of the stream is not going to be PAL. So I'm going to go offline for a minute. I'm going to change the titles around and shit. And then we're going to come back with something fun, I promise. I'll be back.